Yo, what's going on, guys? It's been a while that I created a video, but here I am in Colombia with the most amazing views. Look at that. Truly look at that. If only I could put a picture of the views that I used to have back in the Bronx, New York, back in the hood, compared to the views now. What would I ask myself back then? The person back then, what would he ask this person right now? I would ask what anybody else would say is, what allowed you to do that? Everybody is so caught up in the how. And when we think of the how, we immediately think about the work. How you get the money? What type of job? Put me on, right? And the thing is, what would be the answer I would give that version of myself back then, who once dreamed about living this life of freedom and living in an amazing apartment in the 14th floor of Medellin, Colombia, seeing the mountains, seeing the scenery, right? And obviously, there must have been something that I've been doing that worked in my favor. There must be something that has allowed me to really be out here living for the last 2 months. I've been living here in Medellin for the last 5 months out of the 7 months of the year. We're now in July, and I've been living here for 5 months. And what has allowed me to do that has been, I'm gonna keep it very real with you. I'm gonna keep it so simple, I'm gonna keep it so realistic with you. And the reason I'm emphasizing that I'm gonna keep it real and realistic is because majority of people are stuck in an illusion, believing that the real things are actually the illusions that keep you stuck in the same place. And this video is for those who truly want to understand why is it that some people can really break free from their ordinary life and can just travel, make money online, have a coaching business, be able to do sales for the top mindset company in the world, be able to surround themselves with entrepreneurs, be able to travel consistently throughout years, right? And to be honest, I just want to make a disclaimer. I don't know much about business. I'm not a professional at business. I'm not a professional at sales. I don't know that much about marketing. I don't know. I'm just like you. And the only thing you and I have in common is that we have one mind. But the one thing I understand about this mind is this. This mind will create all of your reality. Let me repeat that again. This mind is in charge of all these results. All of this that I'm witnessing right now is all thanks to my mind. Step number 1. Can you let go of the how? Can you let go waking up every day worried about how you'll be able to obtain the goal? Think about it. Every time you worry, right? Just can't get used to the view. Every time you worry, what are you telling your mind? You are telling your mind, I have to think about this one thing over and over and over because I am separate from it. Do you understand that? Why would you think about something so much? Because you lack it. Do you get that? Why would you think about something so much every day, day and night? You suffer for it. Every day you're looking online how to do this thing. What are you admitting to your mind? That this thing you want is outside of you. It could be money, it could be love, it could be health. I want a girlfriend, I want a boyfriend. There's girls and guys who think about that. They want a relationship so badly. They want love. They want a partner over and over. Guess what? They never end up in a relationship. You know what they do attract? Temporary relationships. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months most. Because they always think about it. How often do you question your health? If you're a person who doesn't question their health, I'm going to assume you're healthy. Why don't we question our health? I don't remember the last time I questioned my health, and I'm always healthy. Why? Because I always assume the health is mine. I always assume it's an assumption that I am healthy. I don't have to question it. I don't question how can I get health today? How can I be healthy next week? Oh man, what if I run out of health next month? Never. Why? Because I assume it. It's mine. It's not separate from me. It's something that I am born with. It's automatically mine. I assume that health is normal for me. Do you see the language pattern when something is yours for real? What about money? I was a victim of this. Every day, waking up, struggling. Oh man, how do I make money? How? And when you're such an how, and going to sleep stressed and seeing bills and everything around you is proving you that you're lacking money, and you're seeking it, and you're thinking of the ways, the business, everything. What are you admitting? It's not natural to you. It is not yours. This thing is outside of you. It's unnatural. I can never have this thing because I think about it. Therefore, if I think about it so much, it's on a pedestal. Because it's on a pedestal, I'm literally admitting to myself that this thing is so rare to obtain. Do you get that? So, what about if you completely surrender the thing you want and you start to accept it? You start to let go of this desire. Because the thing is, the desire, the want, the need for this thing you want, it keeps you in this cycle of needing, of not having, of lacking. That's what you know most to do. How to predict always needing this thing. That's a result. A result can be not having or having. A result can be not having or having. They're both fair. They're both answers. God and life in your mind just says, okay, this person thinks of having it so much, meaning they lack it right now. That's the result, not having. The person who has it believes it's theirs and they assume it. God, life, universe, mind, whatever you want to call it. We'll say, okay, this person knows he has it. Let's keep giving more of it. So the step number one will be to let go of your desire, your want, your need for this one thing you want. The moment you stop desiring, it's the moment you stop admitting to yourself that it's outside of you, that it's separate. You stop admitting that it's on a pedestal, that it's rare, that this thing is so outside of you. You start to assume it, just like health. For me, I can do the same thing for abundance and money. It's mine. I'm deserving of love. I'm deserving of wealth and abundance and to travel and have amazing views and have amazing clients. I assume that about myself. It's real. It's natural. I anticipate it. It's bound to be mine by birth. Do you see the language pattern? I assume it's mine, so I'm not looking for it. And if you're not looking for it, you're receiving it. Do you get that? If every day you're looking for it, why are you looking for it? Because it's missing. But once you start to expect it and receive it and open your arms and say, I welcome this into my life, naturally, you start to find the ways to welcome these things into your life. This ties into my second point. And these 2 points connect. How do you do that then? How do you surrender? How do you let go of your desire? The only thing that prevents you from surrendering and no longer desiring is your thinking. How can you desire something without thinking? It's the only way. Right? This desire, this need, this want for this thing that you want, it's following an automatic thought process. It's always saying, I lack it. It's always thinking about the worst case scenarios with money, scarcity about money. All your thinking has negative attachment towards this thing you think about. So let me repeat this. Your thinking right now about the thing you most want has negative things attached to it. Because it's natural that the thing you want and desire and need is coming from a place of lack. And where there's lack, there's negativity attached to it. Right? Where there's abundance of that thing, there's positive feelings attached to it. When you lack something, you have negative emotions attached to it, negative feelings attached to it. Nobody feels good admitting to themselves daily they lack this thing. And the reason you need and want and desire this thing so badly is because you believe it'll change your life. So if you believe it'll change your life, but you lack it, what kind of feelings and emotions would you have? Very negative emotions tied to the thing you want. So you are going to have to stop the cycle of thinking towards that objective. When you think of something, you're thinking about the future with it. When you think of money, love, fitness, when you think about it, where are you thinking about it? What time? In the future. In the future, my life will look like this with money. In the future, when I get a relationship, my life will be better, or I will feel better, or I will feel loved. In the future, when I get fit, I'll feel good and I'll be attractive. Why is all our thinking placed towards the future? Do you see? So what are we admitting to ourselves over and over and over? That right now, we lack it once again. All your thinking is about how in the future it'll happen. And if it's not in the future, you're thinking about how this thing right now has gone wrong in the past. Oh, and the money I never had in the past, therefore I was never able to afford this. Or, I had money problems back then, or the bills or whatever back then. Or the fitness, man, I used to be so sick back then. I couldn't even play sports. I was so embarrassed to, go to the beach and take off my shirt because I was fat. Or love. Oh, I've been cheating back then. People are horrible back then. I've been lied to back then, right? Do you see how your mind always thinks about future or past? What about the now? Here in the present moment. That is your time to create. That is your space to create. And I'm gonna go into that in the third point. But for right now, I ask you to do number 2. Let go of thinking. Every time your mind starts thinking about this one thing, let go of it, detach from it. Oh, I'm thinking about that future. Nope. That's me admitting that it's in the future, not now. That's me admitting that I lack it now. And your mind, remember this, the reason we want to stop doing this is because your mind will say, okay, I obey, let's create. Your mind is a garden. Your mind is a garden. So every thought, idea, image that you put into your mind is like soil. And your ideas, your thoughts, your beliefs are like seeds. They produce the fruit. Your mind produces the fruit. Your mind goes ahead and produces the fruit. Depending on the quality of your seed is the quality of fruit, outcome, result, effect you will see in this world. That's how I'm living this life. Because I put the seeds and ideas and images in my mind. That said, I will travel the world freely. I can live anywhere I want. I can coach and work with amazing clients online. So therefore, my mind obeyed it. I stopped thinking about the how and what I'm lacking, and I started to accept that this is my natural life. I'm deserving of this world. I'm deserving of all good. I'm deserving of being able to have unlimited time, freedom, freedom of location. I deserve it. This is mine. Therefore, life shows me that. Simple. So let go of your thinking. Let go of your thinking of the thing you want, on the how. Become present. Focus on what's right here in front of you. Observe. Feel your body. When your mind thinks, be aware of its thinking. And come back to the present moment. Every time your mind starts thinking about the thing you want, realize it's just trying to predict and create what type of fruits? Fruits of not having. Because if your ideas, your thoughts, your belief, your images that you have in your head is that of not having, what are the fruits of those seeds? Not having. The result of not having. The result, the effects of not having. Because you're admitting to your mind by thinking of this future that in the future I will have, so right now I do not have. Do you get that? And this gives me to my third point. When you're so present and you are now in control of the voice in your head, you are now aware of the thoughts you do not want, and you start replacing it with the new story, the new thought, the new belief, the new ideas, the new images. What happens then? You start to create any thought you want. Any thought you want. Any creation you want. Any life you want. Any result you want. Any abundant thing you want. Any relationship, any fitness, anything you want in life, you can start to create the thoughts associated with that life. And when you can think about it over and over and over, not about having or desiring or needing, but you are the person that already has. You are the person who already lives the life, and you convince yourself day after day after day after day, what are the seeds you will produce? The fruits you will produce according to the seed, the thought you put into your mind. But you cannot create new thoughts when you're not even aware of your automatic thinking from step number 2, the limiting thoughts, the common cycle, the same pattern. You can create anything you want in life. You just don't believe you can. You don't believe you have the power to do so. You don't believe that your mind has the power to do so. But I'm telling you right now that the only reason I'm here living such a beautiful life, dream life, my dream life, look at this. How much better can it get? Amazing girlfriend, amazing clients, making money online, so much time on my hands, freedom, healthy, successful, abundant wealth, whatever you want to call it. I feel like I have it all. Was it because I worked hard? Absolutely not. I barely work. Was it because I hustled and grinded and sweat and blood and tears? Absolutely not. I look sane. I look fine. I look good. Never sweated. Never sweated to make money. It comes in the easiest way. So Caesar, what is it? It's in your mind. Your mind is the most powerful thing of all time. It's just your mind is in control of you, following an automatic program to keep you safe, right? Predicting the same thoughts, ideas, and images, because then it'll produce the same repeated thoughts and it'll produce the same outcomes, basically. So it's not that your mind is doing it to harm you. It's because the same results, the same life, the same money, the same struggles, the same pain, the same suffering, it's all predictable, right? So if it's predictable, it's safe. So your mind is doing you justice. It's saying, hey, you know what? Let's go down the most safe path. But then you, the highest version of yourself, the powerful version of you, understands that you can break free from that program. You can break free from that condition. You can break free from that reality that when you once created, not knowing the power of your mind. So you start to create your own ideas, images, and thoughts. Whatever you choose, you're free to choose. You are free to choose. You're free to choose anything you want. And once you can choose that over and over, and stop focusing in the future or the past and the stories associated with the future and past, and you can become present and maintain the same story, the same thought over and over and over, slowly but surely, those thoughts, those ideas, those images start to produce out here. And then you will ask yourself how, and you will only know that it worked from one way: surrendering the thing you want, letting go of the thinking associated with that thing, and creating the ideas, images, thoughts of already being the person that already has the thing you desired. You go from desiring to having. You go from doing to being already. You go from future to now. You remove all barriers, all space, all resistances, all bridges, all steps, all excuses go to the fucking garbage. And you can just assume that reality now. And that is how I've been living my dream life.